Hello students, now we are going to see the properties of impulse function. So here first property we are going to discuss about sampling property, that is x of t, first one, sampling property, that is x of t into del of t minus t naught is equal to x of t naught into del of t minus t naught. So we already discussed about this, how I am getting x of t naught. So if I consider x of t as a, if x of t be continuous signal at t is equal to t naught, then the value of x of t at t is equal to t naught is x of t naught, and del of t minus t naught is an impulse function that exists only at a t is equal to t naught, that is del of t minus t naught is existing at only t is equal to t naught, otherwise the value is equal to 0, this one. So if I multiply these two, and already we know that x of t is a signal which is a continuous signal and it is existing only at a t is equal to t naught, because I will explain by drawing diagrams. So consider this as x of t and consider this as del of t minus t naught, because del of t is exists only at a t is equal to 0. Del of t. Del of t minus t naught is nothing but shifted version of del of t. It is shifted towards right by t naught time. So del of t minus t naught is existing at t is equal to t naught. If I multiply these two, and it is having the magnitude 1, and if I multiply here the magnitude is 0, here the magnitude is 0. If I multiply any magnitude with 0 magnitude, I will get 0, and where the signal I am getting only at a t is equal to t naught, these two are multiplied, and what is the magnitude I am having, like this I will get, and this is nothing but x of t naught, because this is x of t and this is del of t minus t naught, these two are multiplied, I will get only the x of t at t is equal to t naught. X of t except t is equal to t naught, the magnitude is equal to 0. It means x of t is existing at only t is equal to t naught if I multiplied x of t with the del of t minus t naught. So wherever we are having t in x of t, you have to replace it with the t naught. That's it. So this is a sampling property. Wherever I am having x of t, wherever I am having t in x of t, I am replacing it with t is equal to t naught. So x of t is replaced with x of t naught into del t minus t naught. If del of t minus t, if it is a unit impulse function, the magnitude is 1, then it is equal to simply x of t naught. So this is sampling property. Next important property I am going to discuss is shifting property. So what is shifting property? minus infinity to infinity x of t into del of t minus t naught into dt is equal to x of t naught. Okay, so here x of t into del of t minus t naught. Del of t minus t naught is nothing but impulse function is existing at only t is equal to t naught. So wherever I am having t in x of t, you have to replace it with the t is equal to t naught, because x of t into del of t minus t naught. X of t into del of t minus t naught is nothing but x of t naught. Okay, so minus infinity to infinity x of t naught into del of t minus t naught into dt is equal to x of t naught. We are doing differentiation with respect to t. So if I am having t naught terms, I can take it out as a constant. I can take it out from integral. So x of t naught minus infinity to infinity del of t minus t naught into dt. And it is simply x of t naught, because the is equal to 1. The area under this curve is equal to 1 using which property? Using area property. Okay, next property I am going to discuss about scaling property. Scaling property of impulse function. So what is the scaling property? Del of at is equals to 1 by modulus of a into del of t is a scaling property. So here let us consider x of t is a function. Consider x of t a function. So here I am taking its integral x of t into del of at into dt, and I am considering here a value is greater than 0. So we will get clarity later. Here a greater than 0 what will happen, a less than 0 what will happen. So first I am considering the case a greater than 0. I am considering a signal, a function x of t, and I am doing the integration by multiplying it with the del of at. Okay, so actually if we are del of t is existing at t is equal to 0 and not existing except at t is equal to 0. If we are having del of t minus t naught, then it is existing at t is equal to t naught, otherwise it is 0. But here what we are having, it is not shifting, it is multiplied. That's why known as scaling property. Now I am considering this at as one more term, that as constant tau. So now t is equals to tau by a and dt is equals to d tau by a. Now take that function, first function what we have considered, minus infinity to infinity x of t into del of at into dt is equal to 1 by a, this 1 by a integration minus infinity to infinity x of what is t, tau by a into del of at. At is nothing but tau, del of tau d tau, because instead of dt I am having d tau by a. This is d tau and this is 1 by a. Now it is 1 by a x of tau by a at, I am writing tau is equal to 0. Right? If we are having only del of t is existing at t is equal to 0. Instead of small t I am having just capital tau. So del of tau will exist at only tau is equal to 0. Otherwise the magnitude is equal to 0. So here this function is existing at a tau is equal to 0. If I substitute tau is equal to 0, 0 by something is 0. So I am having 1 by a into x of 0. If a greater than 0. If a less than 0. A less than 0 means a is negative. If a is negative, then minus infinity to infinity x of t into del of at into dt is equal to 1 by, instead of plus a I will have minus a into x of 0. So what I will write finally, minus infinity to infinity x of t into del of at into dt is equal to 1 by modulus of a into x of 0 for all values of a. Okay. Now where is the proof? So here the proof is continued like this. Now consider consider 1 by modulus of a into x naught. Okay. So we know x of 0 is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of t into del of t dt using shifting property. At t is equal to 0, x of t is existing and this area will be equal to 0. So t is equal to 0, you have to substitute in a function x of t, I will get x of 0. This is from shifting property. Okay, just consider shifting property. So here just multiply both sides with 1 by modulus of a into x of 0. 1 by modulus of a minus infinity to infinity x of t into del of t dt. Here minus infinity to infinity x of t into 1 by modulus of a into del of t into dt. Okay, so just see, first we have considered this equation. Minus infinity to infinity x of t into del of at dt. And what is the answer we got? It is equals to 1 by a into x of 0. Just write down here, integration minus infinity to infinity x of t into del of at into dt is equal to what I got, 1 by a into x of 0. Okay, this is the first thing we have done. We have done with the starting of a derivation. Okay, so just compare these two, 1 by a x of 0, 1 by a x of 0, both are equal. On other sides what I am having, these two, integration x of t, both are same. And what are the remaining function I am having, del of at is equal to 1 by modulus of a into del of t. Okay, so by comparing these two equations I got the conclusion like this. This is nothing but scaling property. And last important property, fourth property, that is impulse function del of t is even function. So how to see the how to prove this del of t is even function or not? By considering the scaling property, that is del of at is equals to 1 by modulus of a into del of t. I am considering a is equal to minus 1. So what is del of minus t? It is 1 by modulus of a. Modulus of a is nothing but you have to consider only the positive value. So this is nothing but del of t. This is minus 1 and it is modulus, so it will become positive. Del of minus t is equal to del of t. This is nothing but even function. Okay, so these are the properties of impulse function. Thank you.